Hey y'all, hiya, testing out different audio levels and asking for you guys' opinion. Okay, so we got this one, which I think is quite okay. However, we're also going to turn it up by 5.
Hey, come over here and spar with me for a little bit.
I'm going to save this.
You've grown to become quite strong.
Offline,
Now I want to see your
CPU.
improvements up close.
Team on. This on. Should be Hercule. Test.
What training in other world is like?
Test. Without.
Mr. Satan is gonna bring a beat down.
Basic combat.
Here it goes. You sure talk tough, but you can use more training.
Didn't do a Kamehameha. I won that! Retry for sound effects of key blasts.
What do you say? Wanna have a go?
You're still just a novice.
You sure talk tough, but you can use more training.
That's the sort of audio level. And we go back to the main menu.
It's good to see you, Dad.
Then we go up by sound volume. We go up by 5 again.
So you think you can take me, do ya?
We save those current settings.
Okay, I'm gonna give this one my
It's eventually
best
going to
shot.
get really loud. I think hitting 90 for my maximum, I think, is fine. The reason I'm just going against Hercule is because this is how you grind in this game apparently anyway, so I figured I might as well.
You ever wonder?
Testing, audio
What training
testing,
in other
audio
world is
testing,
like?
audio testing, audio testing. That's comparison. Without.
Mr. Satan is gonna bring a beat down. You're still just a novice.
You sure talk tough, but you can use more training.
Basically, I messed up on the past few videos because I wasn't really bothering to check about audio and stuff like beforehand, like this.
Let's get started and see where we get. That sound good?
And it was just sort of like, because obviously, like, there's a difference between just doing a quick audio check and like being like, oh, let's go into battle and actually do this, because I was effectively being lazy. And it's like, obviously you understand how it's like, oh, I got a new thing, and I was like, oh, it must be because I got annoyed because the GX Trust on where I got it from, it said that it was good for PlayStation as well, but I couldn't get it to work properly. It was registering the audio, but it wasn't like,
Mr. Satan is gonna
and
bring
by
a
that
beat
point
down.
it was like, you know, an hour or two of testing, and I was like, right, I cannot get this to work, so either my one is faulty. That's basic combat testing.
You're still just a novice.
Can you have it? Is that about?
Sure talk tough, but you can use more training.
And it's like, you know, basically it's a PC and laptop as a mic, and it's like supposed to be high quality, but apparently this one is, you know, really, like, it's cheap but it's good, if that makes sense. And the Goodman, who I usually, you know, trust and stuff, you know, gave me like
It's good and all, but
a bad product
fight
effectively,
is
and
my
it's
real
like,
passion.
you know, I was like, yeah, this one's probably going to be
Okay,
amazing, and
I'm
it's
gonna give this
metallic,
one my
and it's got
best
like a
shot.
different wiring, and like that's okay and all. Like I do not mind it, but the problem is that at the end of the day, what I'm hoping for out of a product is for it to be, you know, top quality and stuff, and that's what I'm hoping for.
You ever
So
wonder
it's like
what
at the end
training
of the
in
day,
Otherworld is
it's like when you get like a product and you're like, oh, I spent some money on this. Like in terms of like just like getting like smaller things and getting bigger things in terms of just mics over this past few little bit, like ugh. I don't really think about it, like, you know. Because at the end of the day, you know, this is kind of annoying.
I'm not done yet.
You know, it just kind of annoys me. Because it's like, and I've obviously, like, I basically just spent like a day of like, for myself and everything, which I think is healthy because I played this game way too much and like, stuff. And it's like, ugh. Like, I'd personally, as long as I sound slightly louder than everything and everything's like a good quality in terms of volume, that's what I'm okay with. I just don't want to like have to be shouting the entire time because with the old one, after like recording for like 3 things, I was like, oh my god, the audio isn't that good, you know, and it was like scary because I was like, well, I can't, you know, have my first time
It's good to see you,
experiences
Dad.
again on those, so it was like annoying and everything.
So you think you can take me, do you?
If you take this fight seriously, you'll likely win.
Okay,
And
I'm
it's
gonna
like,
give this one my best shot.
you know, so I basically recorded for like 3 or something hours worth of content, or 4 maybe, or you know, I think I started with this series with those headphones, so it's like, well, that's like, you know, like 6
You ever wonder
videos or
what
whatever,
training in Otherworld is
you know,
like?
effectively ruined because it just wasn't that good
Don't worry, I'll go easy on
audio
you. Now
level
it's
because
go time.
I wasn't willing to, you know, after, you know, hours effectively, of, you know, after like, you know, trying to get that microphone to work for like an hour or something, you know, to make it, you know, top quality audio, and stuff. It then, you know, kind of
Sure, it's
ruined
tough,
it and
but you could use
everything.
more training.
And it's just like, you know, I was just like, well, I really want to play Sparking Zero now. So, you know, I was, and I didn't realize, and I was like, well, the first time the audio was a bit choppy,
It's good to see you, Dad.
so I just, like, you might notice I said like a couple times, that I was like, hi, adjusting audio man here. Well, I just adjusted it and I didn't realize it was that
I'm
thing
gonna give
because
this one my best shot.
what I don't like doing is because PlayStation has preset like values for microphones. They have it like at half or whatever. So each time the console goes into rest mode or you take the microphone out, it resets it to those normal values. So I don't want to have to play a game every time and then before
What do you
recording
say?
have to like
Wanna have
spend
a go?
5 or 10 minutes, you know, just setting up audio because
Mr. Satan is gonna bring a beat
you know. But I noticed like when I plugged these ones in, I was like, oh my god, it's so much clearer. So the mic's like so much worse than the other one, and it's like these ones were cheap as well. The other ones were cheap as well. I think they were like £4 or something. Britain man here. I live in the UK, and they are pounds. But I was effectively like dang,
Sure talk tough,
you know.
but you could use more training.
You know, whatever. Like, you know, what's the point at the end of the day if, like, you know, the audio microphone isn't as good? Because it wasn't. I figured because it was using different wirings and stuff, that it, you know, could have been, you know, a bit better and stuff. But what I hear from the headphones is different to what is recorded, if that makes sense. So it's not just like, oh, I just pick an audio and I'm like, wow, this sounds amazing. Because at the end of the day, it just kind of doesn't. You know? At the end of the day, it doesn't sound amazing. It's just that, like, it sounds, you know, passable and stuff.
You ever wonder
And it's
what
like...
training in Otherworld is like?
Like, I don't want to plug in the other ones because it's just that much of a difference. I probably will in a minute, but it's like... You know... Just a absolutely major difference. Because it is just inherently a major difference. Oh wait, I can do the sledgehammer move? I didn't realize that. But like, you get what I mean, how it's just like kind of like... I realised it and I'm like, I sound like I'm speaking through a top compared to what I usually am. And then I realised, oh god, it's the microphone. You know, they're effectively the same thing, but they have slightly different materials and stuff, and it's like, well, they sound the same, but they're slightly different materials. Like, what's going on? You know, they don't sound the same, but like, it sounds worse because the other one seems higher quality because this has got like a plastic wire, and the other one's got like a nice sleek, sort of like lovely feeling wire. And it even has slightly different sound quality as well. So what I'll do... Here is Sparking Zero Mike Man here. Alright, I should have just retried that. But like... I'll admit,
I'm gonna give this one my
it
best shot.
sounds about the same on my end. It sounds like about the same. But for you, it's just gone for a muffled mic. Like, it sounds about the same to me. Then again, I've only got it in one ear.
What do you say? Wanna have a go?
But it sounds about the same, but the mic quality is just inherently awful.
Don't worry. I'll go easy on you.
You know?
Now it's go time. Go.
And it's like, if I went through all the same testing again, you'd all be like, wow, this sounds awful. Oh no, I went out of bounds.
I guess even the world's
Okay, and as one final fun test, I'll use my big head. What the heck? Okay, so this is big headset mode. Okay, let's go through that again.
What do you say? Want to have a go?
I'll admit, the audio sounds about the same. Again, it's not that much better, but if it's better for you guys, I'm okay. But the thing is that I don't want to record for too long of it, because it's just less comfortable to have a massive fucking brace around your head. Because there is just a big brace around my head, you know? That's the problem. It's like not as comfortable. It's like, it's just a big old brace, effectively, because it's one of those like headphones with like, you know, the mic sticking out of it, but it doesn't have like a subwoofer or what it's called. You know, like the nice sound, the nice feeling like thing. And it's like, I just prefer the other one because it's just, you know, more comfortable, it's more me, rather than this like big thing that I feel is like squeezing the side of my head slightly.
You'll regret that.
Yeah. No, I lost. Like, I'll do another test, because obviously you've been hearing the worst microphone that, you know, I like wearing. You've been hearing that one, and like, obviously, and what have you.
It's good to
like,
see you, Dad.
let's go into sound. Let's go restore defaults. Oh, I dumped me online. Dumped me online.
Next opponent.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna,
Give
you know,
this
put
one my best
online or something on, because at this point I've gotten like all the games I kind of want on this system for at least the next good while. So I think it'll be nice to be able to play Sparking Zero online. You know, because I feel like I can actually play Sparking Zero compared to like the high tiers of fighters who would just dog on me.
You ever wonder what training in Otherworld is like?
No.
Don't worry. I'll go easy on you. Now it's go time. You're still distant enough.
Not going to share studios and then just like combine all my audio tests, but I think that's a bit mean because they're not good. Like, I was testing audio stuff for like a while, and I was like, yeah, these just don't really sound that good compared to my regular mic. Like, I just don't like wearing headphones anymore. I used to love wearing headphones, but like, the rubber just isn't really nice. The rubber isn't really nice. Like, obviously you have a consistently placed microphone, and that's nice and all, but the rubber just isn't nice, because you wear it for too long, and it's like, you feel like you just need to get a new one. It's like, never fun.
You sure talk tough, but you can use more training.
So, for reference, just so you guys know which episode I'm on, that I'm finally realising that the audio tests and the stuff just are awful, is, let's see, I'm on episode 7, so that's roughly like 7 hours of like middlingly bad, like middlingly bad, you know, audio, and it's like, I feel awful because it's just awful audio from me, even though I think episode 7 is just like peak, you know, audio, and it is just everything at 100.
All right, let's both give our all.
For fun's sake. And you'll be able to look at the video and you'll be like, okay, so this is what we want for Sparking Zero. This is what like sounds nice or comfortable or whatever. Obviously I think the metal mic effectively isn't a good option, and this option I feel like I wouldn't make the most content, or like, it's just worse setup because I like having it, just having something in my ear is more on my ear is easier than having something that's cushioning my ears and I feel it's like trying to, because I have a big head, I have an anime like looking head. Like my head be big, my head be chunky, right? My head is round. It is not made for headphones. It is made for earphones with the little wires or Bluetooth. That's what it's made for. Like, this definitely sounds louder. What was Hercule doing? what was he doing? Was he scared? But like, yeah, you get me. This is for you at the end of the day. I think certain things are perfect, but I think the difference between like my basic normal mic and like, you know, this one is not that much different at the end of the day. Oh, Robert, what a mistake. But yeah. Let's try another audio setting then. Obviously this is going to be way quiet.
So you think you can take me, do ya? You're not gonna do bad stuff anymore, right? Let's get started and see.
Obviously this is going to be middlingly quiet. But I think it's like the best showcase of like this microphone, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So, you know, when I send out the video, you guys will be like, oh, okay, so this is the audio level we want, this is what sounds good, and then I'll be like, okay, because there's people like probably that are like, hey, I don't care how it sounds, I want to hear you. There's people that are going to be like, hey, we want to hear the game, and I'm like, I just want to sound slightly louder than the game, and I want to sound clear. That's what I want at the end of the day. So, for a reminder, episode 7. If you're on Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Goku series episode 7, that's when I, you know, after my little breaky break, that is when, you know, I had a break for about a day to watch some anime, and I was like, that's very nice, because I could watch like an entire half a season, and it was very nice.
You sure talk tough, but you can use more training.
It was very nice. It gave me a chance to just watch that stuff, you know, watch it. Have a nice relaxing evening. It was nice. Yeah.
What do you say?
The great thing about like having the small breaks for like a day or something, because I've got like so much in the background, is just like a part of it is just nice to have, because it's like,
You sure talk tough, but
yeah, I wanted to do that again. That was fun. But yeah. Okay, now we'll do some final. Dog tier middle mic. Like, it's sad when I'm like watching back on my content, because I watch it from the PlayStation side of uploading it, and being like, wow, that's an hour of my life gone, and like, you know, it's like I've already done the content, I've had my initial reaction to something, and it's like, well, you can barely hear me. Like, at some of the points, I'm not even speaking loud, and it's like, because it sounds entirely different, like, on my end, to what is recorded, because I think PlayStation Share dulls the audio a little bit.
Oh no! Folks,
Yeah, I got this.
get the heck out of here?
Goku has killed. You should have taken it directly, Mr. Satan. You know, well, it's like, the audio is just like plain old bad, and it's like, So this is the metal mic, the microphone that I was just saying before. Call it the headphone mic. And we've got the final mic, which is, you know, the normal plastic one. The plastic mic is the one that I like using the best. It's the one that I use, I think, at the start of this video. So yeah, that's all in all what you're getting.
You sure talk
Metal
tough,
mic,
but you could use
headphone
more
mic,
training.
plastic mic. I think it's lost at the World Tournament one time. So, what do you enjoy the most?